Home. I'm Amy Wixhorn, and tonight's Live About Five is going to be about how, when we are going and traveling, our trip isn't over the minute we enter the door of our homes, right? We want to come home, we want to throw everything away to the sides and flop on our comfy bed and get used to being home again. But in fact, there's a whole nother leg to your journey. And that is wrapping up your trip well. That is completing your journey well. Because who among us is sitting there sometimes a couple of weeks later, only to look at that suitcase just calling to you, irritating you? And so your travel will be transformed if you do what's called resetting your trip. And it makes such a big difference. There's our travel tips that are going to help you find travel easier. If you think about planning your trip, sometimes that can take a good bit of time, right? You're thinking about your budget, who you're going to visit, modes of transportation. But boy, once it's over, you just want to pop it to the side. So what I'm recommending is, first of all, you deal with that suitcase. You got to empty it out. This is going to be a lot easier if you packed with packing cubes. And in the blog that I'll attach in the comments, I've got a great link for the best packing cubes you can find. That'll make unpacking that suitcase a lot easier. The next thing you need to do is sort and clean all those things that you packed away. Even if you didn't wear some of them, if they were in that suitcase with the dirty clothes, you probably want to go ahead and give everything a nice wash. Then you want to pack away any souvenirs. I don't know if you're like me, but anytime I travel to a new place, I am very likely to come home with at least a bookmark, maybe a bookmark in a mug, and maybe a bookmark, a mug, and a t-shirt. Perhaps I just did that. And so what you want to do is assess, when you put that souvenir away, is there an older t-shirt that I really don't wear, maybe that you got at a charity event or something, that you could go ahead and replace that new shirt with, so you don't end up with this endless pile of souvenirs, right? Now, if it's a bookmark, you probably got plenty of room for that. But that'll help you also remember that incredible trip. Maybe it's such a big trip, like maybe you've gone to Europe or something. You want to create a memory box or a shadow box. However you do it, don't just put those things aside. You really curated those gifts that you bought back for your family or yourself, and they're going to remind you of your amazing trip. The next thing is tackling that laundry. The first thing you need to do is sort and prioritize it. I recommend that you use Thieves detergent, because it's going to keep that laundry nice and clean while not hitting your immune system. And then you're going to multitask, right? When the washing machine is doing its magic, you can unpack even more of the rest of that suitcase. You're going to be able to put and fold all those clothes away, and then it's like your wardrobe is reset again. And then last but not least, unpacking the memories, right? Maybe you want to journal about your adventures. You want to write in a book that talks about what a great time you had, because these memories feel like they're going to last forever. But before you know it, you're like, wait a minute, did I ever really go there? And if you've got a travel journal, especially if you write in it while you're traveling, but also if you reflect on what the trip meant to you, it'll be a memory that you'll have forever. Maybe you want to edit and organize those photos on your phone, create an album just for them, maybe a reel or a slideshow that you can share with the people that you had the trip with, right? And then last but not least, to plan your next adventure, because the big deal about having your trip end well and having you complete the trip, if you will, is it makes it much more likely that you're going to have fun when you go on the next one. So that is my advice for ending and completing trips well. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow, live about 5, for my next tips and tricks. And don't forget, in the comments, you're going to see a link to my blog. Have a great night, everybody.